Well, hello there, my fine gardening friends. How the devil are you? Welcome to a lovely, quiet, other than the beautiful birds, early morning here in beautiful Nova Scotia. It is the end of July, and my apologies for going missing for the last quite a few weeks, really, I think. Unfortunately, or fortunately and unfortunately, my boy is interested in YouTube now, and he's got his own YouTube channel, and he was filming with his puppets and does all these sort of comedy drama sort of stuff, quite amusing. And he was filming in the swimming pool the other week, and unfortunately didn't put the case battery compartment completely closed, and it flooded my old camera. So not being the rich person I am, I've had to save up for a few weeks for a new camera. The poor fella was mortified, even offered to give me some of his pocket money. But there we go. So I've been missing, not being able to film really for the last few weeks. But we've had all sorts of weather. It is absolutely red hot at the moment, around 28 degrees C. Not sure what that is in old money, high 80s. Obviously not as hot as southern the US at the moment, or southern Europe. Poor blighters with their fires around Greece, etc. But it's hot for me. Good old Englishman, not used to this sort of heat, although I've been here 10 years, but it's been very hot, so not lots of out in the garden routine, but the garden's looking beautiful behind me, as you can see. We're into the sort of high summer plants now, aren't we? Dailies are coming out aplenty, and there's that beautiful one behind me, absolute stunner, and then all the different oranges and the yellows are coming out, and all the lupins, etc., from early summer have gone, and we've got some red hot pokers there looking beautiful, and even a few black-eyed Susans starting to sort of open their little eyes. But all those high summer colours are starting to come out now, so it's beautiful in the garden. Oh, and last week we had rain of absolute biblical proportions, ridiculous, like massive floods up in Halifax. Roads washed away, all sorts of malarkey going on. So you can't tell me climate change isn't happening, because we don't normally have that sort of stuff. Anyway, but with all that rain and the heat, the weeds are coming through absolutely ridiculously. And I've got a sort of gravel drive, and the weeds are taking off. I've not been able to keep up. So as you can see here, all along the side here, there's weeds coming through, and I try to get there with my hoe, but it's really difficult sort of hoeing all the weeds all the time. And I don't like using Roundup. I'm an organic gardener, so Roundup is not the thing for me. So I thought I'd have a scout around for some organic type weed killers, and I'm going to have a go today with the old vinegar routine. So I need a couple of, apparently I need a couple of gallons of white vinegar. So I've got that from the shop. Mrs. F got it on her shopping yesterday. I need a couple of gallons of that. I need a couple of cups of salt, table salt. Unfortunately, Mrs. F has got sea salt, so I think that's a bit coarser normally, so that might take a bit longer to dissolve in the water. And a couple of tablespoons of washing up liquid. Now it's funny, isn't it? Again, the old two continents separated by one language. I think you guys in North America call it, well, there you go, dish soap. I would call it washing up liquid. So a couple of tablespoons of that, mix it all together, and then spray it on to the plants. So I'm going to mix all that together. Going to leave it a little while for the salt to dissolve, and then we shall come back and have a look. Oh, first of all, let's mix it up together. So I've got one of these sprayers I'm going to use. Okay, so I've got the old sprayer. This can take 2 gallons actually, but I think I think this is a gallon. Of vinegar. Mrs. F swears by the old vinegar. Cleans all over the house when she's doing the cleaning. And I'm not being sexist. Mrs. F likes cleaning. She uses vinegar all over the place. Smells like a fish and chip shop when she's finished. So let's get this 2 gallons of vinegar in there. Right, so that says a couple of tablespoons of the old washing up liquid, and that'll help the vinegar and that stick to the plants. Right, so as it's 2 gallons, I want 2 cups. Oh right, so it's quite grainy. Ooh, there's a grasshopper in my cup. Right, so we want 2 cups of this. Now if you've got something to mix this up first, before you pour it into these small containers, the better. But I'm going to give this a shake, and then I'm going to let the salt, leave it for the salt to dissolve, and then we'll come back and give it a good spraying. So let's get this in. Give that a good shake. Right, we'll leave that to dissolve, shall we? Okay, so it is a couple of hours later, hence the different rig, and the salt in here should have dissolved into the vinegar mixture. So now it is time to have a go with the old Weedkiller to see if it's going to work. I'm going to pick this bit here just below me. As you can see, a nice bit of weedy, grassy sort of area, so hopefully that it will work. So let's have a little go with the spray. Right, so I'll go from the edge of this sort of rock area. That's what I want to get rid of anyway, so I'll just give it a good liberal spraying all the way across, and we shall see how it does. And the videos I've seen so far, it seems to work quite quickly, within a few hours, especially on a sunny day, and we're going to have a definite sunny day later. Right, that'll do for now. So this area here, hopefully this should work, and then I can get going on the rest of the area. Wish me luck. So as you can see, there's just a few little green bits on the grass, but really and truly that has been absolutely annihilated by the vinegar. Superb, absolutely superb. Well pleased with that. And then further along, where I've done some more all along here, weeds are completely and utterly dead. The different types here, look. So that's just literally one day. Absolutely superb. So I shall get on and do the rest of this lot here that's a bit taken over. So very pleased with that. So there we go. I would consider that a blinding success. All these different weeds. The grass may take a little bit more work, but all of these weeds that have come up everywhere, I'm going to be getting to work with the vinegar, so I'm going to have to get down the local supermarket and stock up on the old vinegar. So I think it's so this was just pure white vinegar, 8%, 5%. So I think you can get stronger stuff, whether we need that or not, I don't know. And this was about $4.50, $4 Canadian dollars 50 per 4 litres or 1 gallon. So I had a couple of those, and I've gone all over the garden, all over the veg patch, where in between the raised beds, etc. And it's looking fantastic. So I think really for that sort of 2 gallon big load there was about $11. Now that is a lot cheaper than those, you know, the ones like Roundup and all that sort of malarkey. And I do believe it's going to be a lot better for the environment than all that malarkey. So again, resounding success. I think it's going to kill off all the weeds. I'm just going to go round all around the bazaars of the garden, you know, on this driveway especially, where it's been, you know, literally it does get me down a bit actually, because I come down and I go, look at the state of it, like, you know, whereas, you know, all the rest of the garden is mostly in a nice state. So anyway, great success. Job is definitely a good one.